am the day, I am the dawn, I am the darkness coming on. And I'm once, I'm twice, I am the whole, I'm just a slice. Some call me gone, some call me here, none are wrong, none are near. I am right now, I am back then, I will return, don't ask me when. I am the disappointed kiss, I am the unexpected harvest. I am the old Kentucky home, I am the son who runs the farthest. I have done wrong, I will do wrong, there's nothing wrong with doing wrong. And I'm faith, I am belief, except for when I'm not. I am the teeth of champions, I am rust and water rot. And I'm sleep, I'm breathing, I'm the missing of the passing seasons. I am the brush, I am the stroke, some sickness come to the best of folks. I am renewed, I am just made, I am unchanging. I'm a pasture fenced about the edge, I am Dakota thunder raging. In by my shoes and by my feet and by my soul in wonder. I am the tracks we've laid above, I am the tunnel running under. Thank you. Thank you very much. The night so long, you can almost hear it groan. The night so long, you can almost hear it groan. And we walk so far that our shadows turn to stone. It was a wretched room, but we hung up Christmas lights. It was a wretched room, but we hung up Christmas lights. And the girls played house while the neighbors froze outside. Brace yourself for the letdown. The Holy Ghost with his hands out. No peace on earth is cheaply found. Do you see my colors now? Well, she had long black hair, and you bought everything she sold. She had long black hair, and you bought everything she sold. And she taught you the fine points of doing just as you were told. Brace yourself for the letdown. the Holy Ghost with his hands out. No peace on earth is cheaply found. Do you see my colors now? Do you see my colors now? Thank you. Thank you very much. Across from the prison and beside the Great Lake, below the rooftops and above the highway, the spirits pay rent on the basements they haunt, and the painters just draw pictures of the things that they want. I cook my dinner on the blacktop street. I come from the nation of heat. Outside the train station there's a bold painted sign. It says, try to be patient, don't forget to choose sides. We got the loudest explosions you ever heard. We got $2 soldiers and $10 words. If I didn't own boots, I wouldn't need feet. I come from the nation of heat. So swift and so vicious are the carnival rides. In the carnival barker we'll hear your name for a bribe. We got billboards for love and Japanese cars. It ain't rare to hear the streetlights call themselves stars. The more that I learn, the more that I cheat. I come from the nation of heat. I've seen skeleton mothers and hungry folks across the street from the kitchens that cook dinner the most. Sometimes you hear whispers by the dark of the moon that we promised too much and gave it too soon. Even our coughs and our fevers compete. I come the nation of heat. Blocking borders with smiles, our immigrant sons. We measure loneliness in miles, in misery in tons. There's a straw-headed man rowing away from the shore. He says it's a shame they don't let you have slaves here anymore. I'm the ugliest man that you'll ever meet. I come from the nation of heat. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Could you make it louder on stage for me, wherever you're at, Coop? Just bring this whole thing up. Let's blow it out tonight. That's a technical term you wouldn't understand in the audience. That's good. I will find you at the exit of my highway. I will find you at the bottom of my glass. No drink is strong enough. No drink is strong enough. No drink is strong enough to still my shaking hand. On a highway west of Davenport and Kansas, in the moonlight of a broken red roof inn, no night is dark enough to tell you where I've been. And I will find you in the arms of yet another. I will find you in her medicated eyes. No God is cruel enough. No God is cruel enough. No God is cruel enough pay me back in kind. And I will find you painting crosses in the courtyard. I will find you walking backwards with a child. No fall is high enough. No fall is high enough. No fall is high enough. Thank you very much. On the upright bass, all the way from Norristown, Pennsylvania, please give it up for Mr. Charlie Minch. We found you in the street with a list of all our names. There were stars beside the strongest and the weakest. They cut you quite a deal, almost too good to refuse. But some of us don't just worship what's convenient. We thought that our distance was safe, but wickedness can travel. You are not fragile. You are not fragile. You are not fragile. And your father, rest his soul, the finest man I ever knew, spoke a truth that was clean as an island. They gave him every chance to repeat the party line, but he shattered their windows with his silence. So they took him out back in the rain, and they made him an example. But you are not fragile. You are not fragile. You are not fragile. Now they're rounding up the boys in the nation off to war, and they left behind the two-faced and the useless. On the first of every month, the neighbors gather on our lawn, and we dance for their mercy like poor minstrels. But they dug up the headstones last night. It broke them into gravel. But you are not fragile. 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 Thank you very much. Well, I mean, my job is to basically drive around to bars and play songs I love. And there's nothing I love more than the American songbook, songs that like really made it into all of our consciousness. And we lost a lot of people who contributed to the American songbook over the last couple of years. And there's two in particular who I miss dearly for the music that they made. One of them I knew very well and was a friend of mine, gone before his time. And one of them was a guy I didn't know at all. I just knew his music and I loved him. And I figured if I'm just, around here driving around to bars and playing American music, why would I not play some of their music while I came out? So I want to play you a couple songs tonight by some fellas that really contributed in a beautiful way. The first one is by the guy I didn't know. I only knew his songs, but I feel like I knew him. And this is a John Prine song. Sam Stone came home to his wife and family after serving in conflict overseas. In the time that he served had shattered all his nerves and left a little shrapnel in his knee. But the morphine eased the pain and the grass grew round his brain and gave him all the confidence he lacked. With a purple heart and a monkey on his back, there's a hole in Daddy's arm where all the money goes. Jesus Christ died for nothing, I suppose. Little pitchers have big ears, don't stop to count the years. Sad songs never last too long on broken radios. Sam Stone's welcome home didn't last too long. He went to work after he'd spent his last dime, and And Sammy took to stealing when he got that empty feeling for $100 habit on overtime. And the gold ran through his veins like 1,000 railroad trains, and eased his mind in the hours that he chose, while the kids ran around wearing other people's clothes. There's a hole in Daddy's arm where all the money goes. Jesus Christ died for nothing, I suppose. Little pitchers have big ears, don't stop to count the years. Sad songs never last too long on broken radios. Well, Sam Stone was alone when he popped his last balloon, climbing walls while sitting in his chair. They played his last request, but the room smelled just like death, with an overdose hovering in the air. All but life had lost its fun, and there was nothing to be done but trade in the house that he bought on the GI Bill for a flag-draped casket on a local hero's hill. There's a hole in Daddy's arm where all the money goes. Jesus Christ died for nothing, I suppose. Little pitchers have big ears, don't stop to count the years. Sad songs never last too long on broken radios. Raise one up for John Prine if you got one. And this is a song by a fellow that I did know. I toured with him a bunch. I learned a lot from him. And every time that we used to tour, I'd sneak out from backstage and listen to this song every night because I loved it so much. This is a song by Justin Townsend. God rest his soul. I am my father's son. I've never known when to shut up, and I ain't fooling no one. I am my father's son. We don't see eye to eye, and I'll be the first to admit I never tried. It hurts, but it should hurt sometimes. We don't see eye to eye. I was a young man when I first felt the pleasure in the feeling of a sin. And I went down the same road as my old man, but I was younger then. Now it's 3 a.m. and I'm standing in the kitchen holding my last cigarette. Strike a match and I see my reflection in the mirror, in the hall, And I say to myself, I got my mama's eyes, her long thin frame and her smile, and I still see wrong from right. 'Cause I got my mama's eyes. Yeah, I got my mama's eyes. Raise one up for Justin if you got one. All right, I'm going to, at this point in the evening, I'm going to play about 45 minutes of Billy Joel songs. That was on the website, right? This is from what I would consider to be his blue period. This is from his Uptown Girl period. Whoops. Look out. One, two. You see the moon in the mirror tonight as you pull it under 35 south. You got a lot upon your mind tonight, and so you took a ride to figure it out. The years went by like strangers that you might have recognized if they didn't walk away into the wedding night. Don't back down yet, it'll get brighter. Stand your ground like a veteran fighter. Grip that wheel just a little bit tighter now. No, don't back down yet, it'll get brighter. Stand your ground like a veteran fighter. Grip that wheel just a little bit tighter now. You see your baby in the stars tonight as you pull it under 35 south. You know she wonders where you are tonight and whether you could ever turn it around. Been a while since you could hold her hand. She's so kind, she smiles and says she understands. Don't back down yet, it'll get brighter. Stand your ground like a veteran fighter. Grip that wheel just a little bit tighter now. No, don't back down yet, it'll get brighter. Stand your ground like a veteran fighter. Grip that wheel just a little bit tighter now. Down yet, it'll get brighter. Stand your ground like a veteran fighter. Grip that wheel just a little bit tighter now. No, don't back down yet, it'll get brighter. Stand your ground like a veteran fighter. Grip that wheel just a little bit tighter now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Not many people recognize that song of his. I'm impressed with you guys. Thank you so much. That's a little too on the nose for me. I like to do the obscure stuff myself. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a road I have known I could always find. If I walked ahead, I could look behind. If I fell behind, I could always know. If it's not around this corner, it's around the next. If it's not beyond this river, it's beyond the rest. And if still it can't be found, it's probably for the best. There's a hand I have known I could always hold, through the night so long, through the day so fair. If I lost my grip, I would not despair. If it's not around this corner, it's around the next. If it's not beyond this river, it's beyond the rest. And if still it can't be found, it's probably for the best. So I'll keep walking on and often you can hear the echoes of my steps. If it's not around this corner, it's around the next. If it's not beyond this river, it's beyond the rest. And if still it can't be found, it's probably for the best. If still it can't be found, it's probably for the best. There's a road I have known I could always find. Thank you. Give it up for Charlie. We're going to give him a little break. He works hard. He deserves a break. I can't afford to pay him for the whole damn show. All right, I want to try something here that we couldn't do over the pandemic. We'll try this. We'll see if this works. We couldn't do this. There's a lot of things that you can do over the internet. A lot. There's too much things you can do over the internet. But you can't do this, so let's try this. From deep dark wells comes pure clean water, and the ice will melt as the day gets hotter and the night grows over, as the sun climbs into the sky. When now is then, and tomorrow's come, and where you've been starts meaning something. As long as you can, just keep going ahead. As long as you're not in it, you can start all over again. As long as you're Thank you. It still works. Thank God for that. I want to play you a song now. This is a song I wrote for my wife. And I wrote this song for her because we were having a pretty profound disagreement. I'm not going to lie, it was pretty bad. And it was made further worse by the fact that we couldn't come to a resolution together on it because I was absolutely right. But my problem was I didn't know how to articulate that. And my problem beyond that is that she was pretty good at articulating her point. So I thought to myself, man, maybe I can't communicate well in conversation, but I do communicate via song for a living. So maybe I can write my wife a song to get my point across. So I sat down, I worked very hard, and I put my point into a song, and I wrote this for her. And this is to help her understand what I would call our domestic reality as it stands. And this song is called I Don't Work in a Bank. I don't work in a bank. They're not my beans to count. If you want proof when I go broke, no one will bail me out. Don't ask me where I'm going. Don't ask how much I drank. If you want answers, that's just fine, but I don't work in a bank. Oh, well, I don't work in a bank. And you knew that when we met. So put that dress back on the rack and live with your regret. You don't get to taste the top shelf when your bottom line is blank. So it's private stock in public school. I don't work in a bank. Oh, well, I don't work in a bank. And that was fine when I was a kid. But the awful truth I've learned, things would be much better if I did. Oh, I ended up with short change and just myself to thank, 'cause the world's a giant spinning coin and I don't work in a bank. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I have not played it for her yet, but I really think that she's going to dig it. This is a song especially for Vermont. This song is called I Do My Father's Drugs. That seems like a vibe up here. Oh, man. I just try to go buy some regular shit in Vermont. They try to sell me weed, man. I'm just trying. I need a thing to wipe the snow off my car, and they're trying to sell me weed, man. And it's not, and you guys have the type of weed up here, it's not like the high school weed where like you have a great time and, get laid. You have like the weed up here where like you have to put your personality back together for 3 days afterwards. You're like, do I like this? Yeah, I think I like that. It is not fun. It is not fun at all. When the party starts on Monday and Christmas starts in June, when no one minds, I just arrived and I'll be leaving soon. If I return with eyes half open, don't ask me where I was. I do my father's drugs. When every revolution
is sponsored by the state. There's no bravery in bayonets in tearing down the gates. If you see me with a rifle, don't ask me what it's for. I fight my father's wars. When hunger strikes a fashion and freedom is routine, when all the streets in Cleveland are named for Martin Luther King, you will see me at the protest, but you'll notice that I drag. I burn my father's flag. So when the party starts on Monday and Christmas starts in June, when no one minds I just arrived and I'll be leaving soon. If I return with eyes half open, don't ask me where I was. I do my father's drugs. I do my father's drugs. Thank you. Welcome Charlie back to the stage. He deserves it. He deserves it. After the show, I'll be over here hawking merchandise, not unlike a gypsy. We're trying a new thing post-COVID where it's you just pay yourself. You can pay via PayPal or Venmo. I'm not going to swipe a credit card. Just it's kind of the honor system. So I'll put this out there one time. Please don't steal my shit. Please, please. It's just me. There's not some big company behind this. It's just, this is how I buy the Pampers at home. So, but also we love to say hello. We'll be over there after the show, saying hello. So please come over and say hey. I don't know, but I could swear we left our better selves somewhere. These days all we do, it seems, chase our checks and call them dreams. I've known you since we were kids, with the whole world cut up on a dish. Then the work went south and your dad got sick, and the ground below began to slip. Bright beginnings often fade, precious precious few can keep the flame. So let the chips fall where they may. We're headed out of town today. Where we're bound for, I can say, 'cause there's no sure things in this life, babe. Bright beginnings often fade. Precious few can keep the flame, but all I have I'd give to stand beside that brightness once again. And all I have I would happily give. All I have I would happily give. All I have I would happily give. All I have I would happily give, baby. To stand there with you now. To stand there with you ever. To stand there with you now. To stand there with you ever. To stand there with you now. To stand there with you ever. To stand there with you now. To stand there with you ever. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's great to be out here on the road, although unfortunately I have 3 kids, and I have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a baby. I know, but we only, it looks like things are going to get easier. We're only going to have the younger 2 because I had to sell my oldest to afford a hotel room in Waterbury tonight. It cost 7 bitcoins to get a room in Waterbury Center tonight. And I've come to know the wish list of my father. I've come to know the shipwrecks where he wished. I've come to wish aloud among the overdressed crowd. Come to witness now the sinking of the ship, throwing pennies from the sea top next to it. And I've come to roam the forest past the village with a dozen lazy horses in my cart. I've come here to get high, to do more than just get by. I've come to test the timber of my heart. Or I've come to test the timber of my heart. And I have come to be untroubled in my seeking. And I have come to see that nothing is for naught. I've come to reach out blind, to reach forward and behind. For the more I seek, the more I'm sought. Yeah, the more I seek, the more I'm sought. Come on. And I've come to meet the sheriff and his posse. to offer him the broadside of my jaw. I've come here to get broke, and then maybe buy my smoke. We'll go drinking 2 towns over after all. We'll go drinking 2 towns over after all. And I've come to meet the legendary takers. I've only come to ask them for a life. Well, they say I've come with less than I should rightfully possess. I say the more I buy, the more I'm bought. And the more I'm bought, the less I cost. And I have come to take their servants and their surplus. And I have come to take their raincoats and their speed. I've come to get my fill, to ransack and spill. I've come to trade the harvest for the seed. Oh, I've come to trade the harvest for the seed. And I've come to know the manger that you sleep in. I have come to be the stranger that you keep. I've come from down the road, and my footsteps never slowed. Before we met, I knew we'd meet. Oh, before we met, I knew we'd meet. Now I've come here to ignore your cries and heartaches. I've come to closely listen to you sing. I've come here to insist that I leave here with a kiss. I've come to say exactly what I mean. And I mean so many things. And you've come to know me stubborn as a butcher. And you've come to know me thankless as a guest. But will you recognize my face when God's awful grace strips me of my jacket and my vest and reveals all the treasure in my chest? Thank you so much. Thanks for coming out tonight. Thanks to Zenbarn for having us. And we'll see you next time we come back to Vermont. Speak plainly, Diana, there's nothing to understand. Yes, there's mysteries in the basement, but there's comic books upstairs. And there's a wrecking ball in the front yard, but there's blueprints on the couch. Speak plainly to me, Diana, we'll build ourselves a house, and I don't mind riding around. I don't mind riding around. There's no safety, Diana, and there's nobody to blame. Even daylight will surprise you. Even dreams were in the same. So when there's too much to remember, you remember me. Speak plainly to me, Diana. We're swimming to the sea. I said I don't mind riding around. I don't mind riding around. I don't mind riding around. No, I don't mind riding around. 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 I don't mind riding around.
gently, Diana, and quit what's got you down. Steal from the tallest cabinet and make your favorite sound. And when there's too much to get rid of, and you get rid of me, oh, speak plainly to me, Diana. There's nothing you must be. I said I don't mind riding around. 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 Thank you so much. Dave Roberts opening the show, Charlie Mitch on the bass. Thanks to the Zenbarn. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. It would be my pleasure to take any requests that you have at this point. Come as you are? One more time, sorry. How good you are, you got it. Yep. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here tonight. I really don't think that I ever took getting to do this for a living for granted. Because it's always been really fun. But if there was some tiny part of me that did, that was completely erased during COVID. And I'm so grateful to be here tonight. I'm so grateful that you're here tonight. Thank you very much. I was born into a circus, but I ran off to join a home. Oh, they said that I was worthless, that my family died unknown. So it gets and so it goes, that's what you get, I suppose, for wanting something more than a life of walking roads. All the Christians left behind at the crossroads of your town, are they playing truth or dare neath the sanctuary now? Some wish they had the truth, some wish they had to go, but there ain't no sense in leaving from the holy game, you know. Oh, I know how good you are, how hard it is, how good you are. There's a butler in your hallway. He is troublesome and old. He repeats the word alive to describe your family gold. You ask him please to go, but there's one thing you don't know. He carved April 7th, 65 into the side of your piano. Oh, I know how good you are, how hard it is, how good you are. Everything that you were meant for, everything that you were born to do, does not need you to do it. Someone else was born to do it too. And like a half-grown man, you barely learn how to stand. If you shut up with what you've chosen, you hear something choosing you. Oh, I know how good you are, how hard it is, how good you are.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Can I play one more for you? What would you like to hear? You got it. You got it. You're welcome. Again, I'll be here after the show. Please don't steal my shit. I have hats for sale. I have CDs. Listen, I ran out of vinyl because I'm horrible at business, okay? I have a lot of vinyl sitting in my office at home, and none of it's here tonight. But I do have some shirts, and if you bought enough shirts, I might not have to sell my son to afford to stay at the Residence Inn tonight. But all jokes aside, please come over and say hello after the show. We'd love to talk to you, and thank you so much for coming out tonight. This song, Great Despiser, is from Billy Joel's Benny and the Jets period. Pretty misunderstood period. It's a pretty big allegory for the Cold War, but I don't have time to get into that right now.
Hey, little brother, did you hear I made it back to town? I'm getting sober, there's some things I gotta figure out. I saw the station and the lot we used to run around. I could have sworn that there were things I used to care about. Oh, so pleased to see you. Been so long. Where you been since I've been gone? What were all those words we used to shout? I am the great despiser. I hold myself beside her. I Hey, little brother, did you hear I'm slipping back and forth? I'm getting older, man, it's barely worth it anymore. I had a dream that we were sitting on the summer porch. It seemed like everything was just the way it was before. Oh, so pleased to see you. Been so long. Where you been since I've been gone? What were all these frozen letters for? I am the great despiser. I hold myself beside her. I often hope for fire. I am the great despiser. I don't wanna care about it anymore. 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 I don't wanna care about it.
Thank you.